are. We've got the boat in the water. It's a nice calm day, Easter weekend, and plenty of people going out fishing. And here we've got Minerva. It's a lovely little boat. Where are you going today?
Out the Seaford Bay, finding some wrecks further out.
Okay, cool.
We might go to the Brisbane.
All right, yeah. Should be some pollock on it, if nothing else.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get something.
Yeah, hopefully. I went out during the week and had square root of nothing, really.
We'll bring you some back.
Okay, or I'll bring you some back, whatever. So there we are, the good ship Minerva with, sorry, what's your name, guys?
Alan.
Alan.
Kevin.
Kevin. Cheers, guys. Hopefully I'll get you on the video. Tight lines, guys.
Have a good one.
Yeah, and you. The cupboard today, but Woody, yay!
Happy days.
Happy days. Well, for a change, we haven't had to wait for the ferry. We're going straight out, caught up with Minerva, who's we spoke to earlier on, and yeah, all looking good. Certainly, it's going to be calm for the first half of the day, and then the wind's going to come round from the north, which is what it's kind of blowing now, and go southwesterly. So we're going to head down to the southwest, so that when the weather starts to pick up, we'll have the wind behind us rather than steaming into it. And there's a couple of wrecks that I've been told about are holding some pollock, so we're going to go out and try some of my new lures for the pollock. Proper fisherman. That's proper fisherman. Yeah, the way it used to be done, and still very effective. And it looks like a little boat, but they are a very seaworthy boat. It's a very seaworthy boat. So I know he's going out wrecking today, so wish him luck. There's the point I was talking about where, you know, if you have a bit of mobility issues, you can park your car and fish from the car virtually. So, and into this channel here, you know, if you're casting this way, you're into deep water. So it is a good mark. As I say, if you have disability, if you have mobility issues, it's the place to come. Right guys, how you doing? Yeah, good. Catching anything? What, pollock? I do a YouTube channel. You alright to be on the video? Yeah. Oh mate, oh yeah, I've seen it. Alright, well we'll share our videos. We've arrived and we're not alone. There's angling anxiety. So give him a big up, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to his channel. Hopefully he will mention me and I'll mention him, and we'll see what we catch. They've had a couple of pollock already. We've got to get rigged up. So have a little drift about while we're rigging up. But we're a long way out. I don't know if you'll be able to see on this camera, but just in the foreground there is a yellow buoy. That is the shipping channel demarcation buoy. So beyond here is the shipping lanes. It's the east to west shipping lane, and then beyond that, and again you might not be able to see it because on this camera, unfortunately my good camera hasn't got a memory card in it, dull, is the wind farm. So we're on a wreck. I'm not going to give you the name of the wreck unless we blank on it.
Yeah.
Unless we blank on it.
Unless you blank on it, you can have it.
So we better get tackled up, mate. Okay, so we're tackled up. Oh, some of us are. So the way I have this, I just have a clip swivel at the end of my line. Always have a bead above it so the swivel doesn't go up into the eye of your rod and jam up there. And then I pre-tie my booms. So I've got a bit of 40-pound line through the middle of the boom, bead and swivel at one end, a little bit of slack there, and so it just saves time. Trying to braid through one of these booms is always a nightmare. but I do like these booms because they just give you that bit more reach. And we are going to trial one of my new homemade lures. So let's just bring it up and see how it swims in the water. This isn't a particularly well poured one, to be truthful, so it might not work very well. It's got a nice action to it though. Right, let's get ourselves positioned under the wreck, drift this wreck, see how we're doing. We're lined up on the wreck, we're about to start. Oh, look at that, the bloody sound has gone off. So I've got a battery issue there, I think. So we're fishing blind at the moment. Wreck's coming up.
Oh, it's good to be out, Chris.
Mate, innit?
Guys, for a while.
Getting one decent fish just on the...
I'll take a pouting right now.
Oh, yeah, no, anything. To be quite honest with you, pouting.
Get the boat.
Yeah, get that skunk out of the boat. Drifted, the tide is getting real near slack water, so we're not drifting very fast at all. Right. So, I mean, the good thing about it is it means that we will sit over the wreck for quite a while, but the bad thing is that the fish don't tend to feed so well on slack water. Yeah, my source said you want to get out here really early, and yeah, we're going at 8 o'clock. He said, no, well, yeah, that's what I meant. You need to get out here really early. Right, wreckage just starting to show up on the sounder. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishies. What colour have you got on?
Black and pink.
Black and pink, oh, okay. It's good when there's two boats of you on here because you can actually use each other to mark the wreck. The wreck is right here.
Oh, there's a rattle.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That's what we want to hear. And again, smacks of pouting.
Okay.
Come on, baby. There's fish showing up quite mid-water there.
Mm-hmm.
There's some fish showing up at about 50 feet.
Yeah.
That might just be sprats or herrings or maybe mackerel, you never know.
Yeah, not really early season.
The seasons are all odd at the moment, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Bring this all the way up and just check that I'm not winding up and down a bloody bird's nest. That seems to be working all right. I've got a feeling that I might change the worm on this one, the fish on this one, because this one isn't well poured. It's got a cavity in it. It might influence the way it swims. Yeah. Yeah, no, there isn't there. So we've got this little thready, screwy thread thing here, which we put into the nose of the lure, and then we want the yellow belly pointing down. And what we've got to do is we've got to put that hook up through, so it's got to pierce the lure about there. And it wants to go dead centre. Has to be dead centre, because if it isn't, it won't swim at all right. So it looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Let's see how that swims. That doesn't sound good.
With no batteries.
No, well, I've got a spare. Oh well, got a bit of a problem because we've got no battery at the moment. We've got no power. Not starting, the engine's not starting, which is a bit of a bugger. So we have got a spare battery. Let's hopefully, I had to put it on charge for a while. Hopefully it's got a bit of oomph and it'll get it going. But don't panic, Captain Mainwaring.
I don't like that nervous laugh.
Well, few anxious moments there. But if you listen carefully, we got the engine running, which is good. Which is good. The good thing about it is because it's been slack water, we've hardly drifted. Water now, so fishing's not particularly good, but we have spotted a big pod of dolphins inshore of us, so we're going to go steam over and see if we can get close enough to film them. Because that's not normal. We don't see that often here. So yeah, it's a big pod, isn't it?
It is a big pod, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many, it's probably 20 or 30?
Yeah, well it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, because there's a lot breaking the surface.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure they do all the same.
They're obviously feeding, they've obviously got a shoal of fish in front of them they're driving.
Yeah, wow, all the years I've been coming out, I've never seen them once.
Yeah, I've seen them ones and twos, I've never seen a pod like that.
No, nor have I. Quite incredible.
Yeah. Right, might have to open this up a little bit. Big pod, isn't it? Right back to there.
Yeah, it's big. Wow, look at that.
Now, I wonder if the tuna down in the southwest approaches are eating all of the fish that they traditionally feed on.
Yeah. Wow.
And
there's more than 30 amongst these.
yeah, it's a huge pod, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow, look at that. Fantastic. I don't often get to see that in the English Channel.
I think they're common dolphins. I don't think they're crocodiles.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. That is just amazing. That is a big pond.
And there's a lot of youngsters amongst them.
Yeah, all small ones, yeah.
A good 30 dolphins here.
Yeah, at least.
Oh, more. There's another bunch of them over there.
Yeah, look, there's another one. Wow. Right by the boat.
See the dolphin whisperers there following us.
Wow.
Hey! I think the sun's not shining, that's the only thing, isn't it? I think they crossed behind the main pod behind us over there. Trying to steer, facing backwards.
baby that?
Oh, don't think I could eat a whole one.
Oh. Well, watching the Maltese.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking that. I think I went out in Costa Rica to go dolphin watching. We saw two.
Yeah.
Although I did see a school of spinners that was massive. Must have been about 500 dolphins in it. And they were following the white, and in front of the shoal was the tuna, which is where we were catching tuna.
Incredible. Well, I'm glad your eyes didn't deceive me.
No, when you said I was dolphins over, yeah, well, I saw some waves. I thought, no, it's waves. And I went, oh, bloody hell, just seen a dolphin jump out of here. Amazing. Well, it makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? After all that faffing around with that engine.
Incredible.
Bye-bye, dolphins.
Yeah, swim well, stay safe.
Yeah, don't eat all the fish.
Don't get caught in the nets.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to have to get posted.
Oh, it's got to be posted, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I would think if you're going to get it into the local press and everything.
Yeah.
It's coming back. Some coming back there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, your mates have gone that way.
Yeah, will they smile for the camera? Look at them dolphins in the background. Unbelievable. Right. So we're out on the wreck. We're back on the wreck after a little journey out to see the dolphins. And there's a boat has joined whilst we were doing that, and they're already into the fish. So they've been here a little while. They've had some pollock. We haven't yet because we've been messing around, but I feel confident that we will. I've got Woody, the pollock meister, with me. He will have some, I'm sure. So that's Jumbo's Warrior, skippered by the most handsome man on a Warrior, allegedly. All right, Gary, the most handsome Warrior.
Sounds like something a Braveheart.
Sorry, I can't hear because of the radio. Say again. I think the main switch is knackered because suddenly I had no electrics. I shut the engine off, couldn't restart it. And I had no electric, I had no radio, no GPS, nothing. So it was a bit of a panic, really. Well, I've rewired the switch, so I've wired the switch out of the system, basically. And it's working now. Obviously, but I'm scared to switch my engine off just in case. Right, I can hear you now. Switch the engine off and you can tow me back to New Haven and we'll video it. Yeah, correct. I don't know if I want to put that on a video. If I have to tow you back, it's a bit different. He's found the wreck. We'll see if we can't drift towards him. Are you slow jigging? I'm trying my homemade soft lures at the moment with no joy. Regular formers there. It's quite funny because they will squabble and fight if you throw some fish in at them. Oh, there they are. It might be a pouting, but nonetheless, get the skunk out of the boat. Oh, breaking up a bit. Maybe it isn't pouting. A pollock, maybe. Rather than banging. Whoa, still fighting. If I was going to put my wishing hat on, I'd say it was a little cod, but no, probably it's being wishful. Bit of colour in a minute. Good clear water. And it is a pouting! But I on one of my homemade lures. One of my homemade lures.
Well done.
There you go. So they are. It's not a blank.
No.
It's not a blank. It's not necessarily what we're after, but it's not a blank. So that's how close we are to the shipping lanes. In fact, we probably are just about in the shipping lane here, actually, just on the edge of it. And it's a big car transporter, do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. See the ramp on the back?
Yeah.
On that side.
Yeah. There can't be much of that under the water. You'd think they'd turn upside down, wouldn't you?
You don't appreciate how big some of these vessels are until you saw that one stuck in the Suez Canal.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Then you realise how big that is.
Yeah. Coming up underneath us at any second now. Come on.
There it is.
Coming up.
Yeah, so wreck. Fishies on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay, so we've moved to a different wreck. There's fish on the last wreck, just not for us. So we'll try this wreck. It's not been fished for a little while, so it's not been disturbed for a little while, so maybe the fish will be a bit more confident. Let's see. Come on, Percy Pollock. Whoa! Fish on! Ooh, fish off. So there was definitely a fish. Solid, really solid. Real solid bite. I wonder if I've still got a lure on. Fish on?
Oh, fish off.
Oh.
That was a good one as well.
Yeah,
Well, that was a good one.
yeah, that's two good fish off there we've lost.
There was some weight in that, mate.
Yeah, same with this, it was solid.
Yeah.
I thought it was a wreck for a second and then it shook his head.
There was some weight in that then.
Right, that makes sure I've still got a lure on there, it's not been noshed. Haha, that'll be explaining it.
It's gone.
Yeah. There was a knot in this leader and I thought, I'll be alright, we're not going to be hooking anything really big. Famous last words, obviously the knot was a weak spot.
Oh, what a good game. Come on.
Both of us had solid bites on that fast drift and I got snapped off and Woody's just came off, so there's definitely some decent sized fish on here. I've got this 20-pound fluorocarbon trace that I don't trust. Why I'm using it, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. If I get smashed up again, I think the line's going to get thrown in the well, it's going to get thrown in the line recycling bin. And that parted, my line parted halfway down the trace. Had a knot that I knew was there, but instead of sorting it out, I left it on there because I wasn't anticipating big fish. So, more for me. This might only be two big fish on here and we spooked both of them.
Possibly. Fish on.
Yeah, Willie's got one on. Proper fish on. Double hook up on this drift would be really cool. Oh, oh, and oh, no touch. And a bang. Bang again.
Definitely feels bollocky.
That's why it's giving up the fight.
No, it's actually run again. Actually.
Oh well, maybe it's cod.
Maybe.
That time we had some unicorns. Oh, I've got fish on. I think it took it on the way down. Oh, it shook it off. My lures are masking the hook.
Yeah, it could be. I noticed that.
I mean, it's designed that the hook is like weedless. So
Yeah, so it's supposed to come through.
yeah.
Plastic. I did see that. Wondered how that works. Not kicking.
I think I've got you.
I've got a pollock.
Yeah, and you've got me as well.
Yeah. Did you need the net, dear boy?
Do you?
Stand on it.
Woohoo! Nice one.
That will do.
Yeah, that will do nicely.
Let's get it out of here.
On the white.
Yeah.
Now. But this not like fucking. Oh no, it's parted.
Arms on Lawrence. Press the button.
Yeah, there's three there for you.
Cheers, fella.
Fish on, fish off. Good. Going up, taking line off me. Oh, still taking line off me. Come on, baby. Oh, it's a solid fish.
Is it?
God, yeah. On my new homemade lures. Let's see this fish. Just want to see it now. I've hooked one. Want to see some colour. That's the next challenge. Yeah, it was absolutely taking line, and I was quite close to the wreck, so it's worrying.
Yeah.
I don't mind so much if you take line now because you're away from the wreck. It is pollocky, it's not fighting hard now. Is that net free?
Yeah.
Well, we've got colour. We've got colour. Certainly is a nice pollock. Woo, that is a nice pollock.
That's a pollock. Yeah,
That has got to be getting on for my PB, I would have said.
Yeah, it's good fish.
That is a reasonable fish.
On your own.
On my homemade lures. Look at that, and we'll have a look at that in its gob. Look at that. Well pleased with that. Look at that, baby.
Yeah, nice fish.
Well mailed up by that.
Yeah.
Don't know what weight, what do you reckon? £8?
No, it's bigger than that.
You reckon?
Yeah, yeah.
Get the scales out, find out. Yeah, as I said, £8.
Right, okay. Nice.
Eight and a half.
Right, nice. Yep. That'll do.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, this is not going to go back because its swim bladder's gone. So, unfortunately, it's going to go for food. But yeah, well made up that.
Yeah.
Not catching hundreds of those. But...
That's it. Cut a nice pollock in.
Woohoo! So there we go. Because we're fishing out in the shipping lanes, it means that we sometimes meet ships. And on this camera it doesn't look like it's close, but it ain't far away that. Well, we've come back in shore because the breeze was starting to get up and it was blowing us along too fast and we were just not getting the drift right. So we come in here, we're just going to tow a worm for half an hour, see if we can't catch a place for a tea. But we're in shore now, close to the New Haven cliffs, and I say, trying for the old Percy place. Can't beat homemade pizza. And in a minute, I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Don't choke yourself. Have a pizza first. It's the trouble with drifting on wrecks. Too much bloody hard work. Marina that cuts my hair. I will be selling these hats soon. If anybody's interested, please let me know. The camo ones are a tenner. I'm going to be doing some dark grey ones as well with the logo on. They're actually more expensive than the camo ones, so they're about 12 quid. Plus postage, and plus postage for the tenner as well. We'll give you the firm price once I know.
I'll have a grey one.
You'll have a grey one? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Well, yeah, I've sold one. Marina's going to have a grey one. Jason Scott, who is the Eastbourne fisherman, he's going to have a grey. Well, he's going to have a grey one. I'm going to swap him a grey one because he's had a camo one done with his logo on. So we'll swap. And yeah, the empire is growing. This time next year I'll be bankrupt. We can't stay out here too long because at the top of the tide it's debatable whether we'll get under the bridge or not. But not a particularly huge tide, so we should be alright. And the highlight of my day I'm going to have a cup of tea. As you know, I run on stuff. And it's a surefire, guaranteed way of getting a bite. And I don't know, but I might have a bite. Ah. Well, it's been a splendid day, hasn't it? Both me and Woody have had a decent sized pollock. I got smashed up twice, generally down to my poor tackle management. And we've seen the biggest pod of dolphins that I've ever seen off this coast today. So hopefully that's all going to come out in the video. It's been good to get out. We had a little bit of impromptu rewiring had to be done. Otherwise we'd have had to get a lifeboat out to us. But we managed to get that sorted out. And we're going to finish the day off with a quick drift for place. Now the beauty of this is the tide is flooding and the wind is blowing in that direction, and that direction is the way home. So it's taking us home. Okay guys, it's been a cracking day out on the sea. We're going to call it a day now and we're going to head back in. Keep the camera rolling so we can get a bit of B-roll coming up the river. But yeah, good day on the sea. Right. So I'm having a session there.
Possible solution. I haven't.
Oh, New Haven Port Authority litter clearance. That's a really good. There's a little guy in a kayak here, but he's got a big sign on it saying New Haven Port Authority litter clearance. You might see him in a minute. What a great idea that is. There he is. So coming across behind me, so he's going in up underneath all the jetties and groins there, picking up all the crap, which is a real proper job. And a job that I think we should all be doing. Okay, so we've got New Haven Port Authority litter clearance, and yeah, what a great idea. Yeah. Is there any way that we can help with that scheme?
I don't know, probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, the port pay me 4 hours a week to clear it up.
Right.
Astonishing amount out, like, you know.
Oh, I bet you do, because no one's done it for decades. So.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So, I've been doing it half a year now.
Right. And what happens to all the plastics? Do they get used again, or?
So I can imagine it goes to the incinerator.
Yeah.
It's all plastic, polystyrene, that's just see this, you know.
Yeah.
Random.
Well, I mean, a lot of it comes down from Lewis, doesn't it? I mean, when Lewis flooded, there was beer kegs coming past here for weeks.
Yeah,
so.
people say, what do I get? And, you know, the thing is, look in the bin.
Yeah.
What's in the bin?
Yeah. This is Gaz Winder, New Haven Port Authority litter clearance. What a fantastic idea. I've got a kayak. Maybe we can get involved in that somehow.
It's a beautiful way of doing it.
Mate, yeah.
Having a kayak and picking up litter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no other way you can get in underneath these groins and everything, is there?
Perfect.
Yeah. How far up do you go?
Oh, well, at the moment, I've got as far as the incinerator.
Right. Yeah.
Half a year it's taken me that long to get to there.
Yeah.
It's massive in this next cut.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
On the bank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting through it though.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Getting it away.
Cheers, Gaz. Nice chat to you, mate. Come on. Bye. So I don't know if you guys are listening to that, but that's actually very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, yeah, it's all that matters. Oh, I pray just to feel good at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
And we're home.
at the end of the day, it's all that matters. Oh, I pray just to feel good.